Silver censorship is a hard topic to explain because most people hear that word and immediately think of something obvious or stereotypical, like a video that gets deleted or a post that gets removed, a channel that gets banned or shadow banned. But that is not really what I'm talking about here. Silver's not illegal to talk about. You can still buy it, sell it, stack it, make videos about it, and discuss it online. But the main issue is more subtle than that. The real question is why silver's treated like it doesn't matter when so much of what is happening in the economy says it should matter more than ever. The dollar keeps losing purchasing power, government debt keeps piling up, banks keep pulling people deeper into digital finance, Wall Street keeps pushing paper products, central banks are studying digital currencies and new payment systems, and at the same time, physical silver is one of the few assets regular people can still hold outside of that entire machine. That is why this topic matters. Silver does not have to be banned to be buried, and I think that is exactly what has happened. Most people are never taught why silver matters. They are taught how to build credit, they are taught how to borrow money, they are taught how to open retirement accounts, buy stocks, use banking apps, and trust digital balances on a screen. But very few people are ever taught why someone would want physical silver in their own possession. That silence is not random, it's calculated. The modern financial system works best when your wealth stays inside the system. Banks want deposits. Wall Street wants your money in funds and managed products. Payment companies want transactions moving across their networks. Governments want records. Brokers want activity. Apps want engagement. Everything is built around keeping your money visible, digital, trackable, and dependent on institutions. Physical silver does not fit that model. When you buy a silver eagle, actually take possession of it, something changes. You are not holding a promise from a bank. You are not depending on a brokerage app. You are not waiting on a company to honor some contract. You are not staring at a number on a screen that only exists because a system says it exists. You are holding something real. That sounds basic, but that is the entire point. Silver is simple. It is physical. It is outside the banking system. Once it's in your possession, the system stops making money from you. There's no management fee, no expense ratio, no monthly subscription, no interest spread. There's no middleman charging you every year just because you continue to hold it. That is not how modern finance wants assets to work. The modern financial world wants movement. It wants products, accounts. It wants fees. It wants your wealth wrapped inside something that can be monetized. A silver bar sitting in someone's safe does not do anything for Wall Street, but it can do a lot for the person holding it. That's why I think silver gets pushed to the side. Not because it is useless, but because it is so useful. And this is where the contradiction gets interesting. The public is told silver's boring. It's treated like some outdated metal that only old school stackers care about. Mainstream finance usually talks about gold if it wants to discuss precious metals, but silver gets pushed into the background. Yet industry keeps using silver like it is extremely important, because it is. It's used in electronics, solar panels, vehicles, medical applications, military technology, power grids, phones, computers, and countless other areas. It is one of the most conductive metals on Earth, and it has real industrial demand, but it also has monetary power and history. So which one is it? Is silver irrelevant, or is silver important enough that industry keeps consuming it year after year? That is the part that most people never hear explained. Silver is one of the only assets that sits in both worlds. It's a monetary metal, but it's also an industrial metal. It has 5,000 years of history as money, but it's also tied to the future of technology, energy, defense, electronics, and warfare. That does not mean the price has to explode tomorrow. It does not mean that every bullish prediction will be right. Silver can fall. Silver can disappoint. Silver can stay frustrating longer than people expect. But the way silver is talked about publicly does not match how important it actually is. That gap is where the story is, behind the scenes, between the lines. If silver was truly worthless, they wouldn't need to mock it so much. Nobody would need to make stackers look crazy. Nobody would need to act like physical metal is some weird hobby while every other financial product gets treated as normal. Buying stocks is normal, holding money in a bank is normal, using credit is normal, financing cars is normal, borrowing for 30 years to buy a house is normal, but buying physical silver outside the system gets labeled as some fear-based paranoia. That is not a fair conversation. I think that happens because silver leads people into questions the system does not want them asking. Why did US coins get used to contain silver? Why is silver removed from circulating dimes and quarters? Why does the dollar buy less over time? Why does government keep spending money it doesn't have? Why do banks need deposits? Why does every financial product seem to need a middleman? Why are people told to trust fiat forever, even though fiat currencies always depend on confidence? That's the rabbit hole. Silver's not just about the coin, it changes the way people think about money. Once someone understands silver, they start understanding inflation differently. They start looking at debt differently. They start questioning the difference between real wealth and paper claims. That is the threat. Not every person who buys silver is going to collapse the dollar. That is not the point. The threat is that silver gives people a way to think outside the system. And once people start thinking outside the system, they are not as easy to control. And that is why I think that silver gets buried instead of banned. Banning it would be too obvious. It makes people curious. It would make silver look even more important. But burying it works better. You make it look boring, old, make stackers look crazy. You push every other financial product harder. You let people talk about silver, but you make sure most people never take it too seriously. That is a much cleaner way to suppress an idea, along with price. Price is the greatest tool of misdirection, and that misdirection works. Go ask the average person what they know about silver, and they probably have no idea. I'm sure they know that silver is used in jewelry, or maybe that coins used to have silver inside of them. Maybe they know that the price moves around, but most people don't know about supply deficits, or how much silver the industry consumes, or about the paper market, or about premiums, or why physical possession matters, or counterparty risk, or even why stackers care about fiat debasement. They were never taught any of that, and the people who benefit from the current system are not exactly rushing to teach them. I always say the silver rabbit hole goes deep, but you don't need a tinfoil hat to know the price is suppressed. Most people see silver's price on a screen and assume the number tells the whole story, but stackers know there's a huge difference between paper silver and physical silver. There have been plenty of times where spot prices look weak, but physical premiums are high. The chart looks calm, but certain products are harder to find. Paper contracts get traded in volume, while people trying to buy actual metal are paying way over spot, because the price that most people see is heavily influenced by futures markets, ETFs, institutional trading, and paper contracts. Now, that doesn't mean that every single move is fake. There are definitely real reasons why silver goes up or down, like the dollar, interest rates, liquidity, industrial demand, recession fears, and investor sentiment all do matter, but pretending the silver market has always been fair is just not honest. Major banks have been caught spoofing the precious metals market. Traders have gone to prison. Regulators have handed out massive penalties. So when someone in the silver community says they do not fully trust the paper price, that is not crazy. There is history behind that skepticism, and this is another form of burying the silver story. Instead of having a serious conversation about the difference between paper markets and physical metal, stackers get dismissed. We're called conspiracy theorists, or told that manipulation never happens, even though manipulation cases have already happened and been proven. They are told the market is perfectly fine, even when physical silver is trading a much more complicated story than the spot price alone. That is not honest. Silver stackers are not right about everything, nobody is, but they are not crazy for asking why the paper price in the physical market can feel so disconnected. That is a legitimate question, and that question should not be mocked just because they make the system feel uncomfortable. Social media is another huge piece of this. Anyone who creates financial content online knows you have to be careful. Certain words, certain topics, certain thumbnails can affect how a video performs, and does. Sometimes creators soften their message because they do not want to get limited, demonetized, or pushed down the algorithm. That is not unique to silver. It happens across finance, politics, health, any topic advertisers might see as sensitive. But silver sits in a strange place because it connects to so many uncomfortable subjects: inflation, banking risk, government debt, geopolitics, market manipulation, currency debasement, financial privacy, self-custody, distrust in institutions, physical wealth outside the system. All of those topics are very powerful, but they're also very sensitive. So creators learn to say things carefully. They change titles, they tone down thumbnails, they avoid certain words, they second guess themselves before uploading, and that is soft censorship. Not because someone deletes the channel or the content, but because it's incentivized to water down down the message before anyone has to step in the first place. That is how modern censorship often works. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to make people afraid their content will not be recommended or monetized. Over time, the message gets weaker. And when the message is about silver, that matters because silver already has a visibility problem. Mainstream finance ignores it. Financial education rarely explains it. Algorithms may not favor harder conversations about fiat and banking like the truth. Advertisers don't want this type of risk attached to them. Regulators are paying more attention to financial influencers and institutions that benefit when staying inside the traditional financial system. Put all of that together and silver gets pushed to the edges, not erased, buried. And that word matters because buried information can still exist. You can still find it if you go looking, but most people never go looking because they were never told it mattered in the first place. That is exactly what I think is happening with silver. People know about stocks because stocks are everywhere. They know about real estate because everyone talks about the housing market. They know about crypto because crypto is massive, but silver rarely gets that kind of mainstream push. And when it finally does get attention, it's usually because the price is spiking, premiums are going crazy, or something dramatic is happening. By then, most people are late. That's another reason stackers care so much about this topic like myself. They're not watching the price, they're watching the story behind the price. Supply, demand, industrial consumption, government policy, watching the dollar, watching banks, watching the paper market, and watching how the public reacts when silver finally starts moving. But what we see is a metal that keeps being treated like it doesn't matter, while the reasons for owning it are getting stronger. Debt is not going away. Inflation is not going away. Digital money is not going away. Silver is not going away. And if people actually understood why, a lot more of them would ask whether all their wealth should really be trapped inside fiat banks, paper assets, and digital systems. That's a question silver forces people to ask. It's a warning sign. It's a reminder that money used to be physical. It's a reminder that paper currencies do not last forever without trust. The story's being buried, metal is being mocked, the questions are being dismissed, the people who stack it are being treated like they're crazy. Meanwhile, the reasons for owning it keep getting stronger, and eventually more people are going to notice. They're going to notice the debt, the deficits, the digital control, the difference between paper price and physical metal, and they're going to know that silver really never went away. It was just pushed out of sight. And that is the problem with burying something very important. At some point, people start digging. I say the silver rabbit hole goes deep, but it's not deep enough for us to find the truth.